and plan almost, right?
Yeah, I mean, I actually didn't get to go out with the platoon with 3rd when they went out.
That's right. You were back, and you ended up going out with Lieutenant Neal.
With the new CO when he took over.
And he mentioned that when I talked to him a couple weeks ago.
Okay. Yep, I went out with him, so I got to. I was sick in the early morning, but I started to feel better, and I told Staff Sergeant Wilder, because he happened to be in the area coming in and out. I wanted him to keep coming in and debriefing me, telling me what's going on. And he came in and he's like, how you feeling? I was like, if I can go out, I'd like to get back out there. And he's like, well, the CO's. He's like, at that point, Lieutenant Neal was the CO, so he's like, the CO's about to go out and you want to be his bodyguard? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna be his RO at the same time. And I got to go out with him, and that was I was glad to be able to get out, because I felt so worthless, sitting behind. But
and when you went out with him, you were taken under fire too. You had to fire and move in order to move forward, right? Correct.
We were crossing a big open area, big danger area, and this is something that always gets me is when an officer's moving in a formation, they usually just float around, from front to back or whatever. Well, they always end up at the front because they're moving individually, where the rest of the squad is doing their bumping and bounding, and they take a while to move. Well, he kept making his way to the front, and I kept trying to hold him back because, all right, that first team goes across, all right, the bad guys know we're there. All right, second team goes across, that's when the bad guy's ready to start shooting. Well, he managed to work his way all the way up to being the second team, and I was with him. It was myself and Dr. Vines and the CO, and the first team went all the way across, not a problem. And I was like, well, let's hold back a little bit, sir. And he's like, no, we'll go on this one, And we started running. We get about halfway across, and it's about a 250 meter danger area. And about halfway across, we started getting shot at, and rounds ricocheting off the ground right around our feet and stuff. And they were behind me, so I looked back, and they were both laying on the ground. So I hit the ground too, or I ran by what little micro terrain there was, which happened to be like a 4-inch curb. So I went and laid by that because that's where they were laying, and threw a couple rounds in the direction of where it was coming to suppress their fires, and then I yelled for the team in front of us, and the team behind us hadn't set in. No, they had set in, but they weren't shooting, and I couldn't understand why. I was like, so I yelled at both teams to suppress for us, and then I had Cap Neal go first, and then Dr. Vines, you know what, I might get the order messed up, but I had one of them go first, and then had the other one go, and then they suppressed for me when I came and finished the way across.